beautiful pumpkins, and welcome back to the channel or the podcast, wherever you are listening to this content. And today I'm really excited because this has actually been very highly requested. Many of you have asked me on more tips on manifestation. I have done videos in the past about manifestation, which I will either link below or put in the card section, or both, depending on where you're watching or listening to this. And today I want to talk to you about like my top 3 ways that I have used manifestation. And honestly, I have so many manifestation success stories. Even my vision board that I created, I made a video on, which I will also link for you. I made a video on, I think in like the fall of 2020. There's already a huge chunk of that board that has come true. I am just like a magical manic manifester, okay? But manic in the best way. I feel like things come to me just so easily, but it's because I know what I'm doing, and that's why I'm going to share that information with you today. So the first thing that I want to say, I think, is the most important part of this video. So if you take nothing else away from this video today, the first thing is that there is nothing that anyone is going to be able to teach you, including myself, that is going to unlock your magical ability to manifest. And like, there's no book, there's no course, even this video, I'm going to give you some tips, but ultimately the best thing you can do to manifest things into your life is to do what makes you feel the best. So whatever is going to get you into a high vibrational state, no matter what kind of manifesting you choose to do, there are different things, which, like I said, we'll go over. There are different kinds of manifesting, but whatever makes you feel the best, if it feels like a chore, that's not the right method for you. And I'm not saying that mentors and teachers and people can't give you guidance on different ways to do it and just like provide information like we're doing today. I think that's a good thing. But ultimately, the power lies within you. There is nothing that somebody else is going to be able to unlock for you. And the reason I'm telling you this is because this is something I wish someone had told me when I first started learning about what the law of attraction was and what manifesting was. I was trying everything. I was like, why isn't this working? Why didn't this person's manifestation technique work for me? And it wasn't until I started to actually listen to myself and do things that I was able to manifest 10 times more effortlessly. So I'm going to give you some ideas on what to do, but ultimately choose what makes you feel the best. And if you don't know what that is, this is a great video for you or a great podcast for you, because I can give you ideas on what to try. So probably my most tried and true way of manifesting is through scripting. Scripting is very popular among law of attraction people in the community, among spirituality content creators. And scripting is basically where you want to get a sheet of paper. You can also use your phone notes if you would rather go like an eco-friendly route. This is so okay. The only reason I would discourage using your phone is if you're someone that gets easily distracted, like you get a text or you like will close your note app to go look at something else. It might be better to use a pen and a paper just so you can remove the distraction from setting your intentions. But I would say do it with a pen and a paper, but if you don't want to, you can still use a phone notepad and that's fine. But basically, the idea behind this is you want to write everything like it's already happened, and you want to feel like it's already happened, because your mind, which is a very powerful part of the process, I believe in inviting the whole body into the space. I believe that for all kinds of manifesting, healing, psychic work, bringing the whole body in is honestly the best way you're going to manifest, in my opinion, because you're addressing every part of you. But getting your mind in line with it, your mind doesn't know the difference between an imagined experience and an experience that you're actually having. So you can send signals. If you look at yourself like you're an antenna, right? You're the antenna putting out the signal, putting out the call to the universe of what you want to bring into your life. If you're the antenna sharing gratitude, the feelings of gratitude, like you already have done something or have it, you're putting that signal out. You're emitting the frequency of this, and the universe, when it sees that you have something, it wants to give you more of that. Like basically that's like the energy we work with. So when you're scripting, you want to basically write everything out like it's already happened and get yourself into the vibrational frequency of feeling it. And I think it also depends. It's really good to look at like your moon sign placement as well to see like what gifts you naturally have already. Like for myself, I'll give you an example. I am a Gemini moon. I am naturally already psychically gifted with my hands. So writing and anything verbal is going to be really good for me because those are big things with Gemini. So if you look to your moon placement, I am not going to make a video on that. There is already a couple videos that people have made out here on that topic. I don't feel like I need to make another one. I would literally say the same thing. So I don't feel like I will ever make that video, but if you're interested, you can literally search up like psychic gifts from your moon sign on YouTube and you will find that information. But for me, scripting has always been really powerful because it's something that I'm already really naturally inclined to be good at. So writing everything out like it's the present tense and getting yourself into the feeling of it. Now, this might not work for some of you. For some of you that you don't really feel like writing something out makes you feel any type of way, then it's not going to be the right way for you to approach manifestation, because if you can't write something and then see it or feel it as it's going, like if you're somebody that can read a book and like you're almost in that book's reality, like a fiction book, scripting is probably going to be something that will work really well for you because you can already do that. That's really what the idea is. Another thing with scripting that you can try, if you don't want to just like write everything out in present tense, like I went on this amazing vacation to blank. I had so much fun. These were the people I was with. This is the experiences we had. This is how I felt. Thank you so much, universe. If you don't really feel it already in that, another thing that you can do is actually write just a thank you to the universe like it's already happened. Like I kind of give you that example there, but you can literally write like at the top of a page, "Dear universe, thank you so much for my $10,000 income. Thank you so much for my Tesla, my diamond ring, my soulmate, whatever." And the more specific you can be with these things, the better. Though I would discourage, if you're trying to bring a romantic partner in, don't get so specific that you are chokeholding the universe. I just personally advise against that. I think sometimes it can, like, obviously give characteristics, but I think sometimes when we are too specific, it doesn't leave any room for somebody to have like anything different that you wouldn't have even thought of, if that makes sense. Like be specific, but with people, I think it's better just to go with characteristics personally. But basically just writing a thank you letter and then signing it off, however you decide to do this, whether it's a thank you letter or actually writing it like a journal entry, make sure you sign it with your own signature at the end. And honestly, the more you can read it and feel good about reading it, the better. But if you're someone that you get really stressed out when your manifestations don't seem like they're trickling in, don't read it every day. Like do it once and then put it away. Maybe read it on like the next first of the month or something, or read it maybe every couple of weeks. But if it puts you in a lower vibration to read it, I would advise against that. This is why I'm saying we have to make room for the complexity in manifestation, in the sense that it's going to be different from person to person what feels correct. And so I'm trying to give you very broad strokes on a lot of topics so that you can kind of pick and choose how you want to curate this for yourself. And for myself, I will give you an example from my own life. I have done both written gratitude letters and just almost like journal type story entries in manifestation. And I can't say for sure which one has worked better. For me, honestly, I think I would say probably the gratitude letter has worked better, but this kind of leads me into the secondary, which is visualization. And the second form of manifestation, I would say I have had probably some of the most success with visualization. Every time I have brought something really major into my life, it has been through some form of visualization, which I would put meditation and visualization under the same branch, as well as a vision board, because it's a visual representation of what you want to bring in. I have had a lot of success with both of these things.
When it comes to making a vision board, honestly, I've been doing this since I was in like high school. This is like a crazy 8 side stories. That's what you get when you listen to the podcast. You get little side tangents in here. When I was in high school, I took fashion, and I doubt that this teacher, she may not even still be alive. Rest her soul if she isn't, 'cause she is a beautiful, magical lady. I loved her so much. But I had a fashion teacher that I absolutely adored, and she didn't tell us it was law of attraction or manifestation, but she had us basically create vision boards. And her whole thing, and I have used this up until now. Like, I was like 16 when I made this. I'm about to be 30 in a month. I have used this same technique. And basically, all you want to do is on this vision board, you only put the things that you absolutely love. So you can put things that you've already manifested, but if you don't absolutely love it, like, take time to gather photos for a vision board. I have other videos on vision boards if you want to see those. I will link them. But take time to gather the images for a vision board and only put what you love on it. If you don't love it, like, even down the road, if you decide you no longer want that thing, take the time to take it off the board, because I'm telling you, if you see this thing every day, you will manifest what is on this board. And I can tell you that from my own personal experience. My vision board that I did in the fall of 2020, I have already manifested a bunch of the clothes that were on that vision board randomly. One of them I wore in my last video that I did sitting talking. It wasn't a podcast, but I had a video where I talked about tarot and like what I believe makes a gifted tarot card reader. And one of those shirts was on my vision board, and randomly one of my favorite boutiques was carrying it, and I was able to snag it before it sold out. So there's a couple other clothing items. I was able to manifest a new engagement ring, which I'm technically married, but this was like an upgrade ring to the set that I originally had. I was able to manifest one that was on my vision board. I was able to manifest travel that I have coming up. Like, and literally it's been like effortless. These are things that have just come into my reality very easily. And almost to the point that when I look, because I see my vision board every day when I wake up, it's one of the first things I see because it's on a wall across from my bed. I literally last week really looked at it. I literally last week looked at this vision board and realized that a whole corner of this board had come true. And I was like, I have passed away. It was great. It was phenomenal. So vision boarding, fantastic. Like I said, I have other videos on that if you want to see it. I don't want to go through the whole process of vision boarding. My cat is currently in the litter box being distracting. It's fine. So the other thing is visualization. I honestly think if you can create a vision board and then also practice meditating on what you have put on this board, that is like a supercharged way of doing it. That puts both the intention and you have a physical representation of what you've done. I truly believe in doing both, like at the same time. I personally wouldn't create a vision board without doing a visualization meditation, which my favorite one, I will link for you. It's a fantastic meditation that I do. I would say several times a year. I don't know if I would say I do it every month, but several times a year I do use it. It's a good one. I would recommend doing both in tandem. I would not necessarily say to visualize, you have to make a vision board, but if you're making a vision board, take the time to do the visualization meditation if you are able to. There is an actual medical diagnosis that I will put here on the screen. If you're on the podcast, I'm sorry you can't see it, but there is an actual medical diagnosis for people that cannot imagine things. So leave that out and maybe only do the vision board if that's something that you're not able to do. I always want to be inclusive for everyone, or try one of the other methods. So I have had fantastic success with this. I really do highly believe in vision boards. Like, even my vision board from high school, I don't have it anymore, unfortunately, but I guarantee you if I looked at it, I probably have gotten everything that's on it. Like, I'm thinking about it now in my brain, and I remember some of the images that were on it, and a lot of those things have come true. I wish I still had the original because it was very cool. And the last form of manifestation that I want to talk to you about is one that I personally have never had success with, but I know a lot of people have. And it is using water to manifest. The Gem Goddess did a whole video on how she has done this. I have done it that way, and I didn't really see a lot of success for myself. And I have also done the 2-cup method, which is where you try to quantum leap into your new reality. And the reason, if I could say like the reason it didn't really work for me personally, is I feel like your vibration to make that work already has to be naturally very high. Like if you are in a point in your life, which I believe everybody goes through waves of these, if you're at a point in your life where your vibration is just like off the charts high and you're in a really good place, do the water manifesting, try it. Or if you like do it with a group of people, I think it could even intensify those manifestations and make them more likely to come true because you have multiple people setting intentions together, raising the vibration, even in like the room and the space and the water. But for me personally, I have yet to see that be successful. And I think it's because I am my own worst critic, and this is something I think we need to talk about more in general in terms of law of attraction, content, and like spiritual communities. You're not going to be high vibrational every single day of your life. I know a lot of spiritual people will lead us to believe that. I'm not saying you can't get to that place, but you're going to have days where things just aren't going correct. It is part of the human experience. And for me, I second guess myself so often. I'm my own worst inner critic, that I feel like to do water manifesting for me, because I carry the internal belief that that's how it has to be, it just didn't work. I feel like if you harbor the internal belief at like a deep subconscious level that it won't work in a certain way, then it won't. It's more about getting yourself to be like, getting yourself to believe it is the trick. But like actually believe it, not just putting on a front and saying you believe it. Does that make sense? I feel like for water manifesting, I always felt like there's no way that could work on an internal level. And so that's why it didn't work. But you may have different success results with this. There are people that have had different success results with this. And what I would say is that there are 2 ways to do this. I will link the Gem Goddess's video down below if you want to see her way of doing it, because she gave like a pretty thorough video. I don't feel like I need to cover it. The other way though, the 2-cup method, is where you take basically 2 cups. They can be any cups you want. I like using wine glasses because I feel like the more bougie you can be, why would you not? That's big Taurus energy for you. But using 2 cups, you would set these 2 cups out, get some water put some water in one of the cups. With one of the cups, you can either say things to it, you can write it out and put it under the cup, you can write it on the cup if it's like a plastic cup. You can, or a cup that you don't care about, like using a permanent marker on glass. You can use that cup to basically write what your current reality is. So maybe you have a job you don't really like. I'm not saying to sit and focus on all the negative, but maybe some things in your life that you would like to change, or just writing about what your current reality is like. And then on the second cup, you're going to put what you want your reality to be. Do you want to be in a deep, committed relationship? Do you want to be living in a different location? Do you want a different kind of career? Do you want a certain amount of money? You know, whatever you see your lifestyle being like, or something specific that you want to embody. This even goes down to like having emotional fulfillment as well. Writing those things on the other cup, or visualizing or saying things to the water, or you don't have the water in it yet. So sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You can write it on the cup. You can write it down and put a piece of paper under the cup, put a sticky note on the cup, or basically after you've set intention with the original cup, or set like the tone of that water that it is your current reality and it embodies your current reality, you pour that water into the secondary cup, and you can either talk to that water now like it is in your new reality, or like I said, write on the cup, write stuff under the cup. You can even use like scripting and the water kind of in tandem. And then when you feel ready, you would then drink the water from the second cup now. So you've taken it from the first cup into the second cup. then you ingest the water. And this goes down to a study that was done where basically the scientist talked to water, and to like one, he said really mean, nasty, ugly things. To the other one, he really praised the water and then looked at it under a microscope. And the one that he said really nice, kind things to made like beautiful, intricate patterns, and the other one he did not. And same with like, apparently it was done with rice too. Like they did something very similar with rice, to where one rice said good and one said bad or something like that. And it was cooked on the same day using the same preparations, and the one that said bad ended up starting to grow mold, and the one that said good looked like it was still fresh from like day one. So it's just really putting that intention. And then the idea is that you then ingest that water, so you are calling that new reality literally into your cells. So those are like 3 ways to do it. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that if you haven't tried one of these, or if you tried any of them, let me know down below. Let me know your manifestation success stories, or what you're hoping to manifest. And also let me know if you want a podcast or a video on manifestation success stories. Like if you want me to talk about yours, if you want me to talk about my own, because I feel like I have a lot. That's the reason I talk about this stuff and I fully believe in it, is because I've had so many crazy experiences that I feel like there's like no way I could deny it, is where I'm at. Like I've seen so much evidence of it working out that I'm just like, how I literally can't even deny it. So let me know down below, or if you are listening to the podcast, head over to the video that will be linked down below when it airs. Podcast always comes out first. So if you're watching the video, make sure you're following the podcast, because the podcast gets all the content like sometimes a week in advance, sometimes just a few days, but podcast gets content first. And that is what I have for you on manifestation. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover. And I love you all so, so much, my beautiful pumpkin patch. We have such a good time here. And please do not forget, when you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm at Kloee Taylor. And I will catch you all in a future podcast / video. I love you. Bye. Those straight? I think so. Taurus vibes. Hi, my name's Dolce with 2 eyes. I get anxious when I'm high. Oh, it was a cat. Oh, snap. That's a wrap. The lighting in this video is weird, but I'm not mad at it.